trying to just deal with it. But anyway, I was sitting here thinking, and I told y'all that had something on my mind. I was gonna go over with y'all, and I forgot. Okay, but here it goes. All right, so I was sitting there singing in karaoke yesterday, right? And Paul Davis was a big time like uh, music person back in like the 60s and 70s. He died in 1976, supposedly. But I said, damn, that looks like Paul Wall. Like, that dude looks just like Paul Wall. Okay, I mean, I don't know why. I don't even know what Paul Wall does. I just seen it, okay? So I went and I looked it up, and damn, he looks like Paul Wall. I mean, Paul Wall looks just like Paul Davis. Paul Davis died in 1976. Paul Wall was born in 1976, as far as I think it was said. And then I started really looking at the front. It says 111, y'all. Good morning, Stacy. And so I started really looking at the front of the album cover, and I was like, whoa, that shit looks just fucking like Post Malone. I mean, it was weird. It was so fucking weird, okay? Now, my thoughts about all of this, okay, because it was a song that I was familiar with. It just popped up on the thing, and it had like the album cover, and it looked like Paul Wall, and I was going, what? It said Paul Davis. I was looking, and then I said, man, that looks just like him. So I went and looked it up, and that, right? And it was two different people, supposedly. I'm talking about identicals, just like the Jimi Hendrix and the Morgan Freeman thing, and all these people looking the same. So y'all go look at that album cover, that Paul Davis album cover, okay? I forget the name of the stupid song, okay? But and then I seen it. I was showing my grandson something and seen the album cover again and seen Post Malone right there, but it's not Post Malone. This man, Paul Davis, died in 1976. And it just triggered the crap out of me so bad, y'all. So I was watching freaking Tales from the Crypt, okay? Nostalgia shit, okay? Because I like to go back and look at that shit and maybe see an Easter egg or something there. Maybe a Mandela effect even will be exposed, okay? But I was watching Tales from the Crypt, and it had John Stamos on there, okay? When he was pretty young, back when he was in General Hospital days. That young. As young as that, okay? And um, um, I kept noticing, gosh, he sounds just like Zac Efron. Like, what he sounds like, because I was over here washing the dishes, okay? And I kept going, dang, when he talks, and I kept turning around and looking and stuff, okay? And he looks like that, what is that other guy? The guy that looks just like Zac Efron, okay? And then there's Megan Fox, okay? They all look like some type of, like they took a cell or something and created duplicates. I wouldn't say clones. I would say more of a duplicate, like there's nothing that's ever completely identical, and it's something to that effect. Something's going on like that, okay? And this is my theory on that, okay? I don't know if y'all are familiar with or what, but y'all, I mean, look at all the, okay, like Jack Black is Paul Revere. Okay, what about the jester guy? That he's the tough midget and all the stuff. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? What about Mark Zuckerberg looking like that king, queen, whatever? Because that looks like a king, queen. I don't know. It's weird, okay? But anyway, my thought of that is, are they taking like, okay, just like in the day of Noah, these fallen angels are coming, or they're given like a piece of a cell or something of their genetics, and creating these hybrided beings that they can just recycle them somehow. like they can kind of recycle them somehow. Do you know? Okay, because dang y'all, look, I noticed the thing about Jennifer Lawrence. 150,000 years ago, okay? She looks identical to, what's her face? Man, y'all know, is it Audrey Hepburn, maybe? Audrey something. And the Xena LaVey thing. Now, this is crazy. Xena LaVey and Taylor Swift. Oh my gosh, I was watching this little thing that popped up on the shorts, and it was talking about, the evolution of Taylor Swift from when she was all sweet and, that and that and that, but the names of her albums, okay, these are all spells. These are all spells that she's casting over her fans to follow her lead, and into this abyss, okay? But then it was so funny because I've been screaming since Taylor Swift started on the scene. I said, God dang, that's Zila LeVay right there, okay? And I swear it on everything that somehow or another Zila LeVay is somehow works through Taylor Swift. I don't know, passed on the energy. Like they say that Ozzy passed on the energy to Youngblood, the spirit. I guess they could so suck the spirit. Okay, I'm trying to figure that part out, okay? Amen. Oh, you're being a Oh, what are you telling me to shut up for? Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't even want you to come in here. Do you want to stay? Do you want to stay? Anyway, let me know if you want to stay, because I can tell by your answer. Okay. Anyway, y'all, there's something to that because I keep hearing about DNA. Okay, so then I'm sitting here this morning and I see this thing about the damn, and it triggered me so bad. You remember the turd in space that fell to the planet and Joe found it? Okay, well they're saying there's a fucking turd. They're not saying it's a turd. They're saying there's this rock out in space that is like methane gas, just all. Okay, methane what? Farts? Okay, what? Is it a turd? Okay, this big, huge fucking thing in space right now that it's able to change directions like it's being controlled, that spits out methane gas. Y'all, have you heard it? Joe, have you heard about it? It's so crazy, man. What we're living in. Hey, look, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Jesus. This is crazy. Have y'all heard about the big rock in space that is? Oh, and it's also known to have. It sounds shitty. It really is, and this is the truth now. Y'all. It's known to have human. It's known to have human DNA on it. Some kind of meteor or something. They're calling it a meteor. Spewing out fucking methane gas. Please, come on now. Really? Crazy shit going on, man, y'all. How do y'all feel about all this crap? I mean, what does it make you feel like? I mean, go look it up, Joe. Go look that shit up. Just like Joe Dirt kind of shit. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was crazy. Okay. Sounds like a Toyota spitting out methane gas. Yeah, the catalytic converter's gone. But okay, keep this in mind. What is the smell? What is the smell that is most connected to the darkness and to the demonic activity, and to the demonic energy, and so on and so forth? What is the smell? It smells like sulfur and rotten eggs and methane. Ain't that the smell? I could have sworn that's the smell. Anyway, that could be a sign, y'all. Just saying. I mean, you can make jokes and all that, and ha ha ha, and la la la, and all that. But there's a sign to that. You understand? And, they claim that something hit our earth. They claim that. I don't believe it. But they claim that something hit our earth. It wasn't the something. It was the somebodies hit our earth. The somebodies hit our earth and caused craters, and they killed off the dinosaurs because they found that there was life on earth and that they could make something out of it, okay? Try to manipulate God's work, okay? So the angels come down here and they waited on they're thrown down here and they waited on the mountain to see before they started to do anything, you know, shady or anything, really, really, really bad. They waited on the judgment, okay? And they found that they ain't going to come back. They don't get to come back. 200 of them. They don't get to come back to heaven. Then they were put in a place. They had a place that they could go, okay? And then the God commanded the angels to cut down the trees. Or no, the angels cut down the trees. Now that story is also that story right there is also in the other story of the Anunnaki. Okay, there was two brothers. Okay, and one of them put that the two brothers talked to each other, and so the one loved these humans. Okay, and the other one, they were just here to mine the gold because they need the gold dust to put a firmament over their planet. Okay, and they found Earth and come to mine the gold or some crap like that. Okay, because that's in another storyline that coincides. That's all of it coincides. That's what I just said, Joe. That's what I just said, Joe. That's what they're saying. That the angels came down, and when they came down here and made the craters or what have you, because there was living creatures on the earth, but Adam and Eve were in a separated place in the Garden of Eden. Okay, they was in a separated place, separate. Okay, and the angels came and smacked down the earth, but there was living creatures on the earth evolving. Okay, the earth was in the process of evolving when the angels came down and got here. Okay, and they were put in there was a place prepared that the angels could go to inside that mountain that they were standing on. They all called each other blah 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 blah, because they're gigantic, thousands of feet tall. Okay? Thousands of feet tall. Okay? And they were standing on top of this mountain waiting on Enoch to come back with the judgment. Okay? So they went into the mountain. They went under the mountain, into the mountain. There was a place that they could go. They went to that place because they couldn't go back into heaven. Okay? Because God done turned away from them. Okay? And these are gigantic being things that are thousands of feet tall. I told y'all about this earlier. It's the Iliad. They come from the Elohim into they're Iliads, the angels that can't go back into heaven. They made children, which were the Gilliam, which were 100 to 500 feet tall, something like that. And then they created, because there was they were trying to mock God and so on and so forth. Okay, so there was an evolution or whatever, or a de-evolution. There was a de-evolution of their DNA, so they could because they kept getting blocked off, but they kept creating. Okay, now here's what the story is. Okay, is that when the one of the brothers commanded that the I want to say it's the angels that chopped down the trees, the big ancient trees that are now mountains. Man, Black Rock has come up about 15 times in the past 2 days. So now the Black Rock is either a volcano type thing, but so the volcanoes are also them ancient trees. Okay, I want you to understand this. I know that you follow along with all that stuff, okay? The mountains, okay, some of the mountains are petrified Iliad, okay? Iliad. And there's some of them that are chopped down trees. You can tell the difference, okay? You can tell the difference because some of those mountains are you can just tell the difference. Use your discernment in that, okay? Some of them are petrified giants, and some of them are chopped down trees that the petrified stumps, okay? Some of them are pyramids. Some of them are pyramids that were man-made, okay? But anyway, those fallen angels, 200 of them went into the caves, okay? But there's 10 of them that went into the ocean. They're under Mount Hermon too. Does that make sense? They all joined together under Mount Hermon. Okay? Paramount. Okay? Y'all just know that all of it's connected. Everything's all connected. What do you mean, Indians? There's all kinds of Indians all over the world. I mean, you know, like there's native Japanese, there's native Chinese. What do you mean? India's from India? Anyway, I don't even know what you mean. What is my opinion on them? I believe that um, their practices, they did the right thing by. I think they were told to. I think they were told to by the angels or by a true angel to write down everything and to understand the powers of frequency and energy and nature and colors and that, okay, to write it down and pass it on, pass it along, pass it along, pass it along. The Indians, the first peoples that decided to start doing that, besides the Bible part, okay, the Bible is about the disciples' point of view, okay, and it says in there that God appointed the disciples to do these works and so on and so forth, okay, but there's tribes still to this day, still right now, possibly even the tribe that's in the Grand Canyon, because you know there's a tribe that lives in Grand Canyon that has a big portion of it that it's theirs, and they used to do tours just in that one little section, and it has a sense of a lot of spirits and a lot of spiritual, more than ghost. It don't have so much as ghost as has spiritual energy there, okay, because of that. But they wrote down the true text. You understand the true history, true knowledge, what was given from, because there was some type of counteract, okay? Because there was a lot of these fallen angels giving all this information about weapons and this and that and blase, blase, okay? And there was a people that was set aside to have this knowledge, to keep the knowledge, carry the knowledge. Like Ethiopia, Ethiopians, they're Indians. Those are Indians, okay? Or what have you. Those might be the people. I'm telling you, they carry they have the Ark of the Covenant in Ethiopia. That's where it's at, in Ethiopia. The Ark of the Covenant is. But I wanted to bring y'all's attention to the part with all these like movie stars and entertainers and disciples of Satan. Pretty much. I'm just saying, okay? Are they taking little genes or genetics, like little parts of the people? Because I heard something about like these blood banks and things like that will sell. They will sell because it'll say an unknown donor. Something's going on in Japan, I think, right now about that. Someone receiving something, but it'll say unknown donor. Man, what are you talking about? What are you even doing in here? Just go fuck on. What is people's problem? Like, what the fuck? Jeez, okay. I just wanted to bring your attention to that, okay? Y'all, peace out, okay? Have a great day. Sorry to bother you.